Welcome to this introduction of the 2019 version of the Aquasol XPC Internet Adapter user interface. So to visit the user interface, the first thing that you'll do is visit monitor.aquasol.net. If you have not signed in and registered for an account, you'll use the Register tab, and we do have a separate video that walks you through that process if you need assistance. But once you've established an account, it's simply a matter of entering in your email address and your password and then pressing login. That will take you to a screen that shows you every pool or site in your organization that has an XPC Internet Adapter active and assigned to it. In this account, this is a demo account. We've got two devices that are set up. These aren't actually on pools, they're bench units, so that's why the pH and the ORP look a little bit strange. So on this first screen, you'll see every pool that's in your organization, so you can quickly scan through it and look for any of the three major elements that would alert you to an issue with the pool: the pH, the ORP, and the flow. It is important to note that the flow is not the actual flow in the pool that would be determined by a flow meter. This is the flow that's determined by a flow switch or the safety pressure switch that determines whether the chemical system is allowed to feed chemicals or not. So this is the pressure switch or the flow switch that is testing flow in the pool at the point of chemical injection. So we can see here in this example, intracoastal pool, our expectation would be that this system is up and operating and able to feed chemicals as needed. The intracoastal spa, however, we would assume, based on there being no flow in the system, that it is not currently able to feed chemicals and it may need some attention. So we'll start off the introduction here by walking through the tabs across the top of the user interface. First, the profile. This is the profile for the user that is logged in. You can change your name, email address. You'll notice at the email address there is a thumbs up symbol. That means that that email address has been validated and can be used to receive alerts. So to receive the alerts, you simply click the Notify All checkbox, and that will send all of the alerts that are generated by the XPC. There is a separate alert that is generated by the servers that is a lack of communication from the Internet Adapter. So if the Internet Adapter is not able to check in with the servers in 24 hours, if this box is checked, it will send an alert. That typically indicates that there's a loss of internet connection, so that gives you a starting point to troubleshoot. If you wish to receive alerts via text message, you can enter in a phone number. Here you'll notice the thumb is currently down, indicating that it has not been validated. If you enter in a phone number and press send validation code, it will text a validation text to your cell phone. Once you have responded and validated that, you'll then be able to check Notify All and lack of communication to get those same alerts but sent to a text instead of an email. We also have the ability to input company name, address, basic company information. That's optional. You can put that in or not put that in. It is definitely helpful for troubleshooting and assigning accounts in the API if necessary. Time zone is very important. This time zone will determine the time zone that is shown for each device on the user interface. So if you're looking at the user interface and you wonder why the units aren't showing the correct time, this is probably the reason, and you need to come in here and simply select the actual time zone that you want to see. Measurements can also be in US measures or metric. We recommend keeping that in US measures, but it can be adjusted to metric. And of course, you can also change your password here as well. So any of these items that you want to change, simply change them, and then scroll back to the top and click Save and Close if you want to go back to the main screen, or just save if you think you may want to make another change. Going back up to the top, you also have the ability to add additional contacts. These are contacts that you can add that will receive alerts only. They won't receive access to the website. Only the main user has access to the website, this web UI that we're looking at, but you can add an infinite number of additional people that can receive either email or phone notifications of all of the alert parameters. And that's how you do it in here. You simply click on add contact, and then you can add in and validate. They actually have to validate either their email address or their text, and then they will start receiving the alerts. So that's the basics, other than the about and the help section, which are currently not in use. To go further into your devices and look at the details of your devices, you can simply click on the name of the device, and that will bring up the details. This is the MAC ID of the device if you need that for network identification. Actually, the MAC ID it starts with the C, the 800012 is not part of the MAC ID. The MAC is the rest of this. Site name, site ID. It is important that this site ID match up with the site ID in the rest of PoolSure's systems so that API access is available. Status is active. Vacation mode can be used to temporarily turn off alerts. Update interval. We're typically going to leave that at 1800 seconds and let the serial port timer in the XPC control that. You can remotely reboot the adapter, but there's typically no need to do that. If there is no connection capability, then you probably have an internet issue, and rebooting it may not help. Anything else should be resolved automatically. So this section that we're scrolling down to now shows you every piece of data that is available on the XPC, starting with the alerts, and then the stats or all of the settings of the unit, and then the configuration, MAC address, and versioning of the software in the internet adapter. So we can see every single alert in the unit, and whichever of these alerts are turned red are alerts that you would have received via email or text. But you can look at it in pretty close to real time and see what's an alert and what's not. You can also look and you can see, depending on which set points are active. So for instance, on this particular unit, I believe the D1 set point is active. You can look here, yes, that's enabled. P1 is off. So you can look at your pH current reading, ORP current reading. You can see the set points, where the alerts are at, feed limits, basically all of the information that you would want to know about how the unit is configured, along with detailed current readings. So all of these items are also available in a log. If you click on the plus sign here, for basically any of the times that the unit has sent in data, it logs every piece of this. So you have the same display of all of the data from the unit. So you can very easily go back and review the history to be able to see when a set point was changed, or when an alert setting was changed, or basically anything that you need to see when it happened. You can see it from this history. And then it shows you a summary of all of the notifications that are currently set up as well. And so that's the summary of the user interface for the new 2019 version of the Aquasol XPC Internet Adapter. This adapter and also this user interface, the hardware and the software, are backwards compatible with all Aquasol XPCs that have ever been produced. And we do recommend that you upgrade to this new system as soon as possible. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.